26-seater double-decker omnibus.
I love it. Yeah, all
It's
seen that,
actually
yeah.
an AC Regent 3, hence
AC Regent
the letters RT for Regent 3. One of 4,825 such buses built. A classic of design. Notice the lack of. There aren't any there aren't any corners. No corners. It's all been smoothed out. Nice smooth corners. So very pleasing on the eye. It's a Cliff Richards bus, summer holiday bus.
Oh, is it? This is it.
Of this type.
Oh, obviously.
This bus started life in Hertfordshire, but ended up in Chelsham Bus Garage running on the 403. So that's about it, really.
Yeah. How old is it?
It was built in 1948, but London Transport, as some of you may know, used to swap the bodies over and the chassis and the engine, so there's no originality about it, but the chassis, it could be anything. The only thing that's original is that, probably. That's it. So anyway, it was supposedly built in 48. The body was changed, and I think it's got a different type of body. The original body used to have a little roof box. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
In the top.
It's the first design.
And it's 9 litre, you said, I think.
9.6 litre.
9.6
120 horsepower.
1 mile to the gallon.
Max revs about 1800 revs. All the power's nice and low down. Does about 10 miles to the gallon.
10?
10, yes.
That's good.
Yes, that's it.
And it's passed its MOT recently.
It has.
What did that bring you down to on Sunstead Hill? Second
Second
year, yeah.
That's right. We've had the bus for about 20 years, I think. It was bought straight out of service from Chelsham, but via a scrap dealer who was based in Leeds, and they went up to buy an engine for it. It didn't have an engine, so they bought the engine from Leeds and brought that down on the back of a lorry, as you do, and fitted the engine in Croydon Gasworks. That's where the bus was kept originally. That's 1978. It came out of service 1978.
Available for
weddings and children's outings.
Baptisms.
Baptisms.
everybody up.
And I haven't had thank yous, David, Jeffrey, for the pictures of the other thing yet.
What?
I did them very quickly for you.
You did. No, I do thank you. They were very good. I like the ones.
Arriving 2 minutes time, so
Is the driver here?
Yes. No, they've got some bloke who prints these things. He's 30 feet long.
is that for us?
Hold when it I please, ting ting. Hold when it I please, ting ting. When you are lost in London and you don't know where you are, you'll hear my voice a calling. Pass further down the car, and very soon you'll find yourself inside the terminus in a London Transport diesel engine 97 horsepower omnibus. Along the Queensgate Highway I drive my merry load at 20 miles per hour in the middle of the road. We like to drive in convoys, we're most gregarious. The big six-wheeler Scarlet paint in a London Transport diesel engine 97 horsepower omnibus.
That's where I ran. That's where I jumped. How about that?
Don't finish the roll, Jeff.
I just checked.
And that's George Room and the skeleton on the top of the school tower. The Alms Houses.
Way back in 1600.
1610. That was the first sort of modernish one.
did go up to schoolhouse. Yeah. Right. Cricket grounded down to there. So you're probably there's a path up here.
Was there, and then there was a lower field.
And then this is lower.
No, lower field there.
Yeah.
So schoolhouse was on the corner.
Long the corner of the.
Right. Can we have the big boys at the back and David at the front, please? Everybody. Yeah. Well, blazers tucked there. Can I have that blazer here, please?
Oh, is that a wedding, is it?
Oh, David.
That's getting married.
Do your zip up, David. Shut up.
Warwick, you're a package.
No, little hole. Look for the little hole. No, don't worry about that. Look for that little hole. You see everything. Well done.
Let's gather around a bit closer, please. Julia. Well, we thought we just have a little, it's not a day for speeches, but we have a little word about what the purpose of today was. Is all the idea of Alan Garth, the organiser, who wanted to recreate the famous day in 1931 when Whitgift Middle School progressed from the original building down in Pump Pail, which we'll visit shortly, up to the North End building. It turned out for logistical reasons it was easier to do it the other way around, so we're not really recreating the walk, but we'll pretend, and for some of us are going to walk backwards just to make it look realistic, so that for the purpose of the film it will look really realistic. There are no pump pailers here today, but I have taken the opportunity to write to all those who I think might be pump pailers, just to tell them what we're doing and to get a message of welcome from them. And I've had a few, and I'll just...
Oh, most of them on the floor.
read them out. Thank you very much. Ken Perry wishes us all the best. He says, welcome pilgrims or meanderers, as you've probably now become, after latches of sherry with the great and the few at the Alms Houses. Well, dream on. As a fanatical pump paler, I do appreciate this latter-day acknowledgement of the lowly base from which great Trinity did ascend. But I fear you will not find much in your quest for the pump pail grail. The Jeff hankers after the pub that in 1913 stood opposite the school. We will see the site, but no remnants of the pub. My memory cannot slake this thirst, but what I can say is that in 1928 our school porter was called Beery. Harry Ray is another former secretary of the association who sent us his best wishes. He was very pleased to see the excellent results of the school, beating certain other friendly neighbours in the recent A-level results. And John Moore was a pump paler. Several of us know John Moore because he was the one of the early chairmen of the hockey club. He lives down in Livington now. He's 88. He says, what did he say? Can't recall. Oh, not. A thought. Did pump? Oh dear, this is a joke. Did Pump Pail teach us to avoid kicking buckets? Well, I think that's enough of that rubbish. We're going to move on now, following Alan, to the Alms Houses, where if they're up to snuff, they will give us a glass of sherry.
That's the spot. That is.
X marks the spot. You have to draw an X.
How did you spot that? I just looked at it.
Just like that.
That is the spot. I want you to point out the argumentative side. I've seen the competitive side, not the argumentative side of it. There is the war memorial. That is where the memorial is. There it is. There's the war memorial.
No value.
Yes, got a magnifying glass.
Scale of 1 to 100,000.
David, where's your bigger one? Don't tell me. Left. Left. We're not going right.
Phil's managed to park the bus.
Oh, good.
West Croydon, just walking down the north end.
We'll wait for it.
The ambulance, won't you?
Don't bring it, Alan.
West Community.
Oh, look.
It's about 25.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for putting up with us.
Everything's on public.
Yes, I was up there earlier in the year. I hope we'll be going back in about 6 weeks' time. And we went out the day before. 5 o'clock for the day before.
It was just about there somewhere.
That's right, yes. And this used to be the Palladium Cinema. Did you remember the Palladium?
Yes, there's the Palladium and the new Palladium. That's all right. They're all set
Because this used to be part of Croydon College.
Well, it was a block. It was took out.
Just down here, Alms Houses.
Yes.
What's that?
I don't think it's anything to do with that.
Also down here by Warwick Church called the Eli David Arms. They were the British. I don't know if there's some others as well.
Yes. That's Pump Pail.
See, you take a dog for a walk and you learn some local history.
Yes.
romantic way.
There's a baptism going on, and as you can see, just behind you, there's a baptism about to take place, so there's going to be no gap. They won't be finished. So what we're going to go and look at, there are two places of particular interest, both on the right-hand side. One is a memorial tablet to the first headmaster of the school, William Ingram's, and then we'll go further up and look at the tomb of Archbishop Whitgift. There's one interesting thing to say about Ingram's, which was that he was the headmaster of the national school before it became Whitgift Middle, and when they decided to establish Whitgift Middle, to change the fees from something like a shilling a term to 10 shillings a term, there was a lot of discussion as to whether Ingram's was a suitable person to be the headmaster of the new school, and many people felt that he was not really quite up to the mark. However, the governors in their infinite wisdom decided to appoint him, and he, as you know, stayed on until 1905.
Who was headmaster at the time of the march?
Clayton.
It's Clayton.
Clayton became headmaster in about 1920-21, and the march was in 1931. So, get this so quiet.
As you will know, probably, he was with Elizabeth I when she died. He was actually sitting with her. He was a great favourite of Elizabeth I. She used to bring the whole court here next door to Old Palace, and all the minions used to stay in Middle Street, which is now Surrey Street and around there, and the more grand people stayed in the actual Old Palace. That's why this church is so big, because it became associated with archbishops. And as you know, the Old Palace was their summer residence. They have a house in Lambeth, a house in Canterbury, and believe it or not, they came to Croydon for the summer, for their summer residence, to get away from the smell of Canterbury and Lambeth. And Croydon means the Valley of the Saffron. That's a crocus. So obviously there must have been lovely croci in abundance here. You can see from the tomb, which of course has been restored after the fire, there are 6 archbishops buried just outside that door. And you can see one side the school, the pupils at the school, and the other side the old people, because he left money for the care of the elderly and the education of the young. The foundation now has 3 schools and 3 homes for the elderly. I'm told that there were 12 children at the first school, 6 of whom paid and 6 didn't. So we keep up that tradition by having people who pay fees and people who have bursaries. And we're the 2nd largest bursary givers in the country. Only Christ's Hospital at Horsham gives more. And I think last year we gave about £4 million over the 3 schools in bursaries. So a bright child could come to the school with a full bursary, which would mean their parents would pay about £200 a year. The full fees are about £12,500. So, is that enough? Well, you saw the first headmaster's little plaque, did you, Ingram? He was headmaster for 50 years. What a thought. But he was made headmaster at age 21. Incredible. And was there 50 years. This is the Nicholas Chapel, named because Whitgift was particularly fond of children, and St. Nicholas, of course, who is taken from Santa Claus, or from St. Nicholas who got Santa Claus, is the patron saint of children. And we're told that Whitgift used to pay for children to sit here free in the days when they charged for pews. So that's why this particular chapel was dedicated. And he said, when he died, he put in his will that he wished to be buried in the chapel of St Nicholas, where the poor children do sit. That was in his will. So they brought him back. He went up the Thames on a barge to visit Elizabeth and caught a chill. And in those days, people seemed to die of chills, and he died. And so they brought him back and buried him here. I hope that's interesting to you. I didn't make it up. Sometimes when I'm taking parties round, I make half of it up, but I didn't today.
When chemists pass me, or they overtake, I sticks me flipping hands out as I jams on all me brakes. Them jackal taxi drivers can only swear and cuss behind that monarch on the road. So the highway code, that big 6-wheel, scarlet tape, and transport diesel engine, 97 horsepower omnibus. I stops when I'm requested, although it spoils the ride, so we can shout, get out of it, we're full right up inside. We don't ask much for wages, we only want fair shares, so cut down all the stages and stick up all the fares. If tickets cost £1 a piece, why should you make a fuss? It's worth it just to ride inside that 20-foot long by 10-foot wide. Inside that monarch on the road, observer of the highway code, that big 6-wheeler scarlet painted London transport diesel engine, 97 horsepower, 97 horsepower on this bus. Hold it like
After that, they've got to share.
Volunteer. Ray. Practical sort of man.
Turn the bottle, not the glass.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be the first.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much there is. I don't know how far it'll go. So don't overfill the glasses.
Right, somebody got a glass handy.
I haven't got sound on mine. That's a shame.
Pointed up your nose, John. Oh no, look out.
What's your blood pressure like, John?
Blood pressure's alright. Oh, great.
That's mine. I couldn't even think about doing that.
Say.
Who's going to do the anointing?
Yes,
Thank you. Do the anointing.
By the way, Bartle. Well, I think there's a little
Me opening a bottle of champagne.
Try breaking up the top on the one.
Okay, go.
What, you did a bottle? I mean, you haven't got your Swiss Army knife.
Gillian, do you have any spare glasses?
No, I've run out. Sorry. You'll have to share. I'll drink out the bottle.
Well, if I'm asked, I show them that one. Oh. And I think that is the... I think the length of the blade comes into it.
I think Boy Scouts aren't allowed to wear carry knives anymore. Have a sheath. That's right, that was the famous old Scout's knife, wasn't it?
With a penknife.
Hold on.
Can
I always get a picture of this.
Makes sense. Boy Scouts.
Between the legs. Oh, well practiced.
Didn't even fall.
Everything's. Look out, we're being filmed. Mike, how did you organise that?
Just a quick.
Don't mind mine.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, you should.
Are we going to have 3 cheers for Johnny?
Well, I suppose we could propose it with
Toast to absent friends.
yes, to the Archbishop.
Yes.
Wherever he is. Oh, is he? I think it was Sunday. From yeah, something like that. I thought it was him who just popped up. Which yeah.
That's Potter's memory lane.
Thank you very much indeed. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Hold on. Steve's whole idea.
It's been great fun. It has to Alan and all. I know how many emails have been going backwards and forwards. It's been a lot of hard work, but
you still
really
didn't get the
enjoyable.
vicar's mobile phone number after all that.
Perhaps next Sunday in church I'll get it from.
Yeah. Ah, terrific. Well done.
Terrific.
Right.
Yes, we thought we might be
Well done. The time of the night.